Let's talk about all things defibrillation. I'm going to put out a bunch of content on defibrillation, and we're going to start with talking about the monophasic defibrillator, which from a practical standpoint isn't really in use anymore, but I want to talk about what we had before we talk about what we have. And let's just establish that the purpose of defibrillation is to depolarize all, or at least a large portion of the cardiac's muscle cells in order to terminate two lethal dysrhythmias, ventricular fibrillation and pulseless ventricular tachycardia. And let's start with the fact that the modern external defibrillator that delivers electricity through the skin to the heart was invented by William Cowenhoven. William Cowenhoven was also the inventor of modern CPR. He perfected the closed chest compression. So he is behind both chest compressions and defibrillation in the way that we run a modern resuscitation. Those are the two interventions that are known to contribute to a good outcome in cardiac arrest. So the first generation of external defibrillators were monophasic, meaning that the energy traveled from one direction to the other. And as far as energy delivery goes, it was a what you give was what they got situation. The energy that you set the defibrillator to deliver was the peak amount of energy that the patient received. And the energy that was delivered had to be powerful enough to overcome impedance, which are the conditions within the body that resist the flow of electricity, but not so high that it would damage the heart. And the only thing that we had at our disposal to overcome impedance with monophasic defibrillators was incrementally increasing power with stacked shocks. So what we did when it was time to defibrillate, we charged, we delivered 200 joules, we charged again, we delivered 300 joules, we charged again, we delivered 360 joules. Looking at it another way, if you're driving in a car towards a really steep hill, unless you increase your speed, you're not going to get over that hill at your current speed. And so if your first attempt at getting over that hill fails, you have to go back and come at that hill faster. That's your second shock at 300 joules. And if you don't get over that hill that second time, you have to go back and attempt going over that hill again, but even still faster, which is 360 joules. Conversely, if you're going downhill in an automobile and you don't let up on the gas, or if you don't hit the brake, something really bad could happen. The same way, if somebody was delivered a monophasic defibrillation where somebody didn't actually have a lot of impedance, that patient could receive too much voltage and there could be damage to the myocardium. Because of the amount of energy that these monophasic defibrillators were capable of delivering, the battery life was crap and they were really bulky. And thank God we switched to biphasic defibrillators, because you think your life pack is heavy now. And we will cover biphasic defibrillators in the next video.